Thanks to Guitar Center for having me. I'm BlankFor.ms. Check out my music wherever you listen. The SSL BiG 6. We're going to dive right into how I like to use this thing. So this can be used in a ton of ways, as a traditional mixer, as a very nice sounding preamp on the input stage. But the way I love to use it is as a mixing stage sort of station after I'm done creating something in a DAW. So I've got a bunch of tracks routed through here from an unfinished track that hasn't been mixed. And if you're anything like me, when you get to the end of the creative stage, it's sort of, your brain is just sort of jumbled and full, and it's hard to just get into like a purely listening space where you can just hear it objectively and make the sorts of mixing choices you need to make. So I think of this as kind of like a little analog oasis away from all of that, where I can get away from my screen, get away from the track itself, the DAW file, and just work in the audio realm and controlling things physically here. And I tend to get better mixes that way. So we're going to do a real quick version of that here. So how this works is there's a USB interface inside of it. So I just have this connected directly to Ableton Live right now via USB, and I am routing things through that interface straight to these analog channels, and then summed back out to USB 15 and 16, and I'm recording that back in. I have a track record armed with 15 and 16 as the external input. So I have 6 stereo tracks stemmed out to this right now from the DAW. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so let's start mixing these. We're going to start here on the left. I've got this, it's a stereo pair, so it's panned left-right. We're going to use the EQs, brighten it up, a bit less mids, and I'll add some lows. And we're going to use these compressors. There are compressors on just the first 4. Bring out the quiet bits just a little bit. It's pretty nice. All right, next up, these 2. Little stereo melody here. Bleeps and bloops. Brighten those up as well. Give them a bit of low frequency boost. And again, I'm going to compress a bit. Not too much though. Actually, I'm going to bring that down. That feels good. All right, next up we have a very slow melody. I really like the noise in this, so I'm going to brighten it up. And I'm going to pan it slightly to the right. And bring in this pad, pan it slightly to the left. I'm going to hollow out the lows on this to leave a lot of room for the bass. Maybe I'll bring out the highs a bit. Oh yeah, I like that. A little less mids on that. And now we have 2 bass tones, one that's a little more fundamental and one that's just the bright cherry on top. We'll start with this one. I'm going to boost the lows a bit. I like the mids, but I'm going to bring the highs down. That feels pretty good. And now the next one. Textures. Don't need the lows on this, but I do like the highs. Okay, so now I'm going to do a quick overall mix with everything. that's starting to feel real nice. Now I'm going to use the G Bus Compressor, which is absolutely lovely. Let's get just a little bit of compression happening. Just let it hit the peaks. I'm going to try to match the levels with the makeup gain so they can A/B it. That feels about right. Yeah, that's feeling real nice. All right, so now via the magic of post-production, I'm going to play you what it was sounding like before it went through this box. And then, again, you can hear it as it is. All right, thanks all for checking out the video. I'm BlankFor.ms. Check me out wherever you listen to music. Thanks to Guitar Center for having me. Thanks, everybody.